Hello people, once again. You might hear some stuff in the background. My significant others watching videos of the YouTube user SS Sniper Wolf. He's a big fan of her. So I'm going to talk this time about this so-called white privilege. Yeah, let's talk about white privilege. What is white privilege? White privilege is the foundation, the basis that all white people have a better life, better opportunities just because we're white. So let's talk about some of these. There's one very, very specific issue about white privilege. Education. Let's look at this. I have my old phone up. Here it is. I have a list right here of the privilege of scholarships. Let's look at this. As of right now, there is zero scholarship funds available that are specific to only white people. Zero. None. In the United States. Period. The very concept of trying to make one would be called racist, and so they just don't do it. However, I have two lists on this webpage here of scholarships. African American scholarship funds. The first list is a top 10. Goldman Sachs MBA Fellowship being the largest one. And then the bottom is new scholarships funds that are, it's another list of 10. So that's 20 different ones. 20 completely different ones. And that's just the newest ones and the top 10. And why do those exist? Because white people are so privileged that we get everything that black people can't have. Right? Yeah. The very concept of saying that is completely asinine. Let's look at another thing. Television, radio. Really? The very concept is stupid. You got a channel, Black Entertainment Television, BET. The only thing remotely related that could be called white would be the WET, but that's women's entertainment television, not white entertainment television. Because white people are so privileged that we have our own channel, right? Yeah. They dedicate an entire month of the year for Black History. The very concept of doing that is pretty stupid, because some people consider it as limiting the history, but it's a month of celebrating the history. Is there a month of celebrating history of any other culture? Any other culture in the world, held here in the U.S., any other culture, is there a month for that? No. Not whites, not browns, not reds, nobody. But we're so privileged, right? Come on. Are you really so stupid to think that? And then now they're coming out saying only white people can be racist. Black people can't be racist. Really? Have you heard all this new age music they're putting out? It's pure racism. Well, that, and for some reason some idiot, I heard it whenever I was up at work, some idiot blaring in his car and jamming out to it like he's having a good time. Some idiot singing about he can't wait to get back to jail and meet all his buddies in the shower. Literally, he was really saying that. That's pretty sad. It's pretty sad that he's actually looking forward to go to jail. And it's even worse that he's talking about he's wanting to meet his buddies in the shower. That explains a lot. Just saying. So saying, yeah. Whites are so privileged, you have all this stuff. No. Actually, whites are very less privileged, because everything's being pandered to the feelings of a bunch of people who are not around to deal with the problems that they are accusing whites of being so privileged for. Oh, thank you for turning the TV back on.
I didn't know you were recording.
Yes, I'm recording. Why else would I be doing this? It's not a lie that there's a lot of places that do still actually hold racial intent in what they do. That's a proven fact. That's not going to go away. It should go away. We should take everybody who's racist, every person of every ethnicity who's racist, and yes, all ethnicities do have racist people. I don't give a damn who says what. To say otherwise is completely stupid. Take everybody who's racist, take them out into the ocean, and nuke them. Hey, we can tell Rocket Man over in North Korea, hey, here's some target practice for you. We don't like these people either. Now, let's talk about this issue of racism. You got these people went out and they killed this girl up in Charlotte, North Carolina. Supposedly it was Confederates Southern Confederates. Yeah, whatever. And it was KKK and neo-Nazis. Anyone who believes that that is who was really there is a fucking moron. Look up your history. KKK and neo-Nazis do not get along. Every time they are around each other in groups, they always clash, and it's violent. But what you really need to pay attention to is look at these videos of these people carrying around the KKK flag, the Confederate flag, and the Nazi flag. As soon as Antifa shows up, the anti-fascists, trying to make themselves look like the glory people, all of a sudden these other people of these other hate groups, they run off, their flags disappear, and then you see people with the exact same clothing going around with masks on their face, waving around Antifa banners and attacking people. If you're stupid enough to buy into it that it was a KKK neo-Nazi unified rally, you're a dumbass. Those two groups will kill each other because their views racially are similar, but the way they want to implement policy is completely the opposite. They don't get along. They would not get together and do this, and then Antifa show up and save the day. The very concept of anybody believing that shit is stupid. It was set up by Antifa. They're the ones who did it. Yes, what POTUS said about it was completely asinine. There were good people on both sides. No, there wasn't. It was Antifa. That's all it was. A bunch of little pansies running around, covering up their faces. Well, let me tell you something. If you have a problem with those fascist bastards covering up their faces, then you fascist bastards need to stop covering up yours. Because people know who you are. They see you. They see you in those clothes out there. There's been so many videos of you being exposed because you wouldn't show your face whenever you're rallied with Antifa, but you'll show your face at other times wearing the exact same thing. And your posturing and everything is exactly the same. We know who you are. You're a bunch of dumbasses thinking that you're hiding it. But why would you hide it? Because you're cowards. Just like the Klan is cowards. They're a bunch of little pussy bitches. Nobody likes them. Nobody cares. Okay? I don't care that what his name. That Duke guy, whatever. He wishes he was a fucking Duke. He's a piece of shit. But you know what? This whole thing that they did out there, and then that girl got attacked, that was all Antifa. It was set up by them so they could sit there and make themselves look glorified. Especially after the media finally got off their ass and started reporting the truth on them when they started attacking the wrong damn places. And they're like, oh, hell no, we have to report on this now. It's like, oh, we have to do something to seem glorified. And so they had to make it look like they went and fought against a bunch of fascists like they claim they do. It was a setup by them. And anyone who believes otherwise without actually looking at the facts is a complete moron. And sorry, President, but there was no good people on their side. None. It was all Antifa, and they're terrorists, and they need to be dealt with swiftly. That is the sad truth. Anyways, there is no such thing as a white privilege. I myself have dealt with the police in unfortunate manners where they have come at me and attacked me. They literally just came out of the car and just randomly came and attacked me. More than 90% of the black people I've ever met in my life. And over 90% of all the people I've worked with are black. I've always worked low-paying jobs. Don't have a low-paying one now. I have a decent-paying one now. But I've always worked low-paying jobs. I've been harassed by police over the stupidest things, in which my record still remains predominantly clean. I have traffic violations. But I've been attacked. I have been harassed. I have literally been threatened many different ways by police. A lot more than most of the black people I've ever met. So saying, well, it's a white privilege. Well, why am I being treated that way too? I'm actually going through issues about this, and I'm not black. Excuse me. So, if I'm so privileged, why am I dealing with this issue? Because it's not about race. It's about a few stupid cops who think they can do anything. And now y'all want to target all of them just because a few of them think they can do whatever they want. What you need to do is point out who's doing whatever they want and tend to the matter between you and them and their superiors and the public. Make it a public issue. Exploit them. Confront them in public. With a crew, with a camera crew. I don't care if it's cell phone cameras. Confront them when they are not the ones, when they are no longer perpetrating you. Go and confront them. Find them and confront them. Make it clear that you are superior to them. But the ones that are not doing that to you, don't blame them. Don't blame them for the fact that there's so many people of certain ethnicities sitting in jail. 90% of people sitting in jail are actually guilty of crimes. Seriously, the government put out a study that they find that approximately only 10% of the population of the jails are truly innocent. And only 2% of the ones who are innocent get wrongfully convicted. Almost all of them get exonerated eventually. Not all of them, sadly. The ones who are innocent should not be in jail. But the ones who are guilty should be. And it has nothing to do with one race or another. It has to do with the fact that the people are committing crimes. Stop being stupid. Anyways, I'm just ranting on. This is a very long video, so yay. White privilege is a lie. Every ethnicity can be racial. And it doesn't matter what they say, oh, they can't be racist because they've been through this. No, they haven't. I've been through a lot more of what they consider racist against them. So, what does that say? Anyways, I don't know why y'all want to sit there and say, oh, well, everything's racist, this is racist, that's racist. Why don't you just acknowledge that individuals are responsible for what they do, period. Take responsibility for yourself, take responsibility for your actions, and stop blaming some invisible racist that doesn't exist for everything that goes wrong in your life. Do something about it.